I first came across this man maybe 5 or 6 years ago when I came across him interviewing Seth Godin for his podcast at the time, Everyone Hates Marketers. Maybe I'm not really helping you with this room right now. In the time since, this man has become a friend, someone on the other side of my WhatsApp in the lower moments, as well as an inspiration when it comes to marketing and life stuff. I'm really looking forward to this presentation, and it just gives me so much personal pleasure, and I just welcome a very special man to the stage. Please welcome Louis Grenier.
Bonjour, bonjour. Raise your hand if you've ever had a colonoscopy. Rand? No? So one, how many? Yeah? Okay. I had my first one 5 months ago. I had some weird bowel changes, in my bowel, some pain that would come and go. And I went to my GP, and I explained that, and she referred me to get a colonoscopy. So there I was, lying on my left side. It has to be the left side. An IV line in my arm, nurse by my side, colonoscope at my arse. I was sedated, but not asleep, right? So I could still watch the screen. Right. And within 2 minutes, I saw this fucking huge thing that looked really big. The camera makes it very, very zoomed out. And this blob, bleeding blob. And I knew what it was straight away. And in fact, I knew it by the room, the ambiance in the room between the doctor who was putting that up my arse and the nurse next to me. I knew it was bad fucking news. I knew it. So that was back in October, so 5 months ago. I knew it was a tumor. And I knew it was cancer. And I was just, everything went. I just didn't know what to think. So they called my wife, and the doctor said, well, we're going to do a biopsy, but I'm so fucking sure it's cancer. Even if it doesn't come up as cancer, I'll reorder a biopsy, because I'm so fucking sure it's a cancer tumor. Okay, so bowel cancer, that's what it's called. At 36 years old, I'm not supposed to have it, they said. So, for the next 24 hours after the diagnosis, the only thing I could think about was, I don't want my daughter to grow up without a dad. That's the only thing I cared about. I don't want her to be without a dad. I don't want her to spend her teenage years, adulthood, early years to be without me. And it wasn't an ego thing, it was for her. That's the only thing I fucking thought about for 24 hours. That's the... But after 24 hours, I was like, you know what? Fuck you, fucking cancer. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. So we went to action mode, fighting that thing. After a CT scan, I met a consultant who drew this beautiful picture. And if you look at the black thing, that's where my tumor was. To be precise, it was in my sigmoid colon, just next to my rectum. And it doesn't mean, it's not a bad word, it's the intersection of the rectum and the sigmoid colon. If it was too close to my rectum, it would have been a different story altogether. It would have been extremely difficult to do surgery. I would have probably live with a stomach bag for the rest of my life. So she wanted to be very, very sure it was just right there, because that meant they could remove it safely during surgery. So that was it, 2 weeks after, November, mid-November, so 4 months ago now. I went in, 4-hour surgery. They removed around that much of my colon. So what they do is they remove around like 5 centimeters before, 5 centimeters after, to be sure that the cancer tumor is gone. That's me 2 days after the surgery. If you can see in my bathrobe, in the pocket there is a blood pouch, because there was a tube that went right in my stomach, draining the extra blood from the surgery. But I was rocking it. I was like, I'm alive. Cancer is gone, hopefully. So this is my daughter showing how Daddy looked like. In fairness to her, that's 2, but I actually had, so I have a scar here. That's the biggest one. It was to remove the actual thing, but they did a keyhole surgery, right? So I had the camera that went like this, and then they had the actual thing to cut through the colon through there. So the biggest scar is here. So it's like a C-section without a baby. Something I didn't know, actually, is that when they do such a surgery, they remove what they call lymph nodes. Lymph nodes, I don't know what the fuck they do, but they are attached to the digestive system, and we have hundreds of them. And what they wanted to do after surgery is to make sure that cancer hadn't spread to those lymph nodes. Because if so, that's bad fucking news. That means it's likely to spread to other organs. That means it's heavy chemo, heavy likelihood that it come back is really high, and stuff like that. So they removed 52 lymph nodes, out of which 0 had cancer. So please clap, yeah, because it's a big deal. It is a big fucking deal. So that meant it was only localized, which meant, effectively, with just the surgery, I'm cancer-free. Yep. Two days after the diagnosis, I had a call with Joe to talk about today. I had planned not to tell him. I was like, I'm not going to fucking say anything to him. Within 5 seconds, like, sorry, I have to say I have cancer. I was like, okay. I have to tell you, man. I have to tell you. Like, I love you. I have to say, I have cancer. And then around, 2 seconds after, I said, but I don't want to pity you. I don't want you to pity me. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. All I want to talk about is today, right? Today. I've been looking forward to this moment for 5 months, keeping it to myself. Diana, my colleague as well, she's a chatter and she wanted to tell everyone. I wanted to keep on the wrap because I felt that today, this event, organized by those nice people, was the right place to share it with the world and to say that I went through that shit, I'm cured, and I promise there's a marketing lesson there somewhere. I'll show you. So at this stage, you're probably like, okay, cool story, bro. But we are here for ROI. We are here for growth, hacks, secrets, tips. Give me the good stuff, right? This picture is from my hospital bed. The very first time I saw in printed form, physical form, the book I had been writing for 3 years was 3 days after surgery. 2 weeks after, we launched the book. We sold nearly more than 3,000 copies now, and it's been a lot of fun. So here's my point. When I was faced with this urgency, this horrible diagnosis, I didn't really panic. I didn't leave my wife. I didn't go travel the world to Nicaragua. I didn't chase those like alternative medicine hacks in order to cure my cancer. I didn't do any of that. I had this like clarity where, I felt in a weird way good that I knew exactly what was happening. I had complete trust in the medical team, which were phenomenal. And I just felt that where I was, doing what I was doing, writing about positioning in a way that is a bit cocky, right? Having fun day to day in my garden shed, and just writing stuff on LinkedIn and checking the piece a bit and having fun was exactly what I wanted to do. And so that diagnosis didn't fucking change anything for me. All I wanted was to be where I actually was. And so this is the connection to marketing you've been waiting for the last 9 minutes and 45 seconds. Nowadays, more than ever before, right, we're all overwhelmed. So much things. We are under pressure. We have a new boss. We need to meet the new targets. We're seeing new tools coming up. We're seeing people on LinkedIn boasting about their follower accounts. We're seeing all of that. And we're so under pressure that we panic. We panic all the time. I know you. I see you. I'm like you. We panic. We try that GPT extension. We try that thing. We just do it for 2 hours and then we stop. We just go into this like fight mode all the time, consistently. But very much like the colon cancer, there are foundations that will always be there for you as people, as marketers, that you must embody, right? That you must believe in, whatever happens, because then you can tell yourself, whatever happens, whatever new tool, whatever new AI agent, whatever new influencer, whatever new LinkedIn bro, whatever happens to me, I have my foundation, just like I had my foundation, my family, my friends, my shed, my daughter. I felt, that I was right where I needed to be, and I want you to feel the same. So I want to share with you a few of the principles I like to live by in our business. Those are not things that you might all agree with. Those are mine, personal kind of guidelines. Please make your own, but there are scientific stuff. There are foundational stuff that will never change. There are first principles that will never change. And most of the stuff I'm going to share now are those. First of all, marketing is not changing. Tactics, tools, all of that is. But marketing is not changing. Don't believe and trust and give money to anyone telling you otherwise. I mean, that's my principle anyway. Second, there are no marketing secrets. Anyone who's selling to you the idea that you don't know something and the only way to know that thing is to give them $99 or $27 or $79 or $297 or $497 or $999, they're full of shit. Third point, marketing is messy, it's chaotic. It's meant to be chaotic. Don't try to put everything in pretty little boxes and to sort things out and organize your life in a Notion dashboard or whatever else. It's not meant to be like that because we are messy. Things change around us. So don't try to control the messiness. Just embrace the chaos. It is chaotic. It's meant to be chaotic. It's not going to change. So just, you might as well go with the flow, or else you're going to burn out within 6 months. This one is boring. Fourth one. Loyal customers won't grow your business. Yes, it's good to serve customers, to make them come back. That's not going to grow your business. It's not. That just doesn't happen. You need to constantly think about how do I reach new people all the time, all the time, all the time. Some customers will churn for things that are completely outside of your control. They might move house, they might change job. You cannot control everything. And churn is not something you can directly control, or at least most of it. So you have to just obsess over finding new people all the time. Loyalty doesn't work, at least for the long term. Exactly, right? Um, anyone telling you that keeping a customer is 7 times less expensive than acquiring a new one, you run in the other direction they are going into. Because that's been proven, again, by scientific studies, mostly by the Herrenberg-Bass Institute of Marketing Science based in Australia, that it's not true. It's absolutely not true. So if you just focus on retention, you are going to slowly decline. And when I say you, not you as a person, I mean the brand. Yeah, right? That's all we care about first and foremost. It's ourselves. And that's okay. We are selfish. We are meant to be selfish. We're just built this way. We're born this way. Lady Gaga. That's who we are. So don't try to fight that. Yeah, people are selfish. That's how it is. Embrace it. Don't try to change people. You can't change people. Another principle I love to remind ourselves of and stay within is this idea that if you try to change people's mind into, you must try our tool, I'm going to educate you so that you know what I'm going to talk about and convince you that this is what you want. That's the best way to burn out, when in 6 months you're swimming against the current. Instead, a much easier way to handle this is to first give people what they think they need. Don't try to be smarter and say, hey, you're wrong, I'm going to educate you. No, people are reacting badly when you say you're wrong, or maybe you should try that. We know that. So first, give them what they think they need, and then you can give them what they actually need. Say that already. Another one I love to talk about, and I love to kind of think about, is humans are irrational. Very much like thinking that in B2B, because we wear suits and we go to the office and we open the door and we say hi to the boss and we're so rational and we take business decisions in spreadsheets and we're so number-driven and data-driven and bollocks, right? Humans are irrational. Even in the B2B setting, even in long, complex buying cycles, the irrationality of humans will always come through. The CMO wants to look good. He wants to feel like his ego is being fulfilled. Looking at other LinkedIn CMOs, he wants to feel like he's successful, and therefore he might push a CRM that is maybe not the best for the company, but that looks cool because he wants to look cool, and he's going to rationalize that choice. You're going to believe him or her or them, right? You are going to believe the rational that comes after, but there's always irrational reasons behind most of our choices. Any demand generation marketers here? You're afraid now, huh? You cannot generate demand. And by demand, I mean demand for the type of things you offer. Yes, you can generate demand inside a category for your product when people think they want that category, but in general terms, demand is like a river that just flows. It just flows. And you're not here, you're not God, you're not creating any river out of thin air. You're just sitting next to it and capturing a bit of the flow. That's how to see demand. So it connects to the fact that you can't educate people into believing something they don't want to believe. You first give them what they need. That connects to the demand side. You like that? That's good. Another thing to avoid, a mistake that I see a lot, is it's good to get feedback, it's good to interview potential customer or learn from prospects and whatnot. But if you really want to get the great insight, the kernel of the insight, the reason why people buy, the reason why they almost didn't, what they looked after before, what they thought they wanted before, the alternatives, all of that, exclusively learn from folks who have recently invested time, money, or resources into the category you're in, the market you're in. You want to know about the story of people who have done something recently because they can remember it better and because you have proof they've done it. Behavior. Do not believe a thing people tell you. Never. You always, as a marketer, need to dig deeper. You can't take anything we say at face value because we are irrational. We will make ourselves look better in different situations just because we need to. So if you really need to focus your attention on one group, learn from those people. Another thing I've learned the hard way, stop trying to fight your own story. I'm French, recovering Frenchman now, but I'm French, I have a French accent. I'm fine with it, you know what? That's who I am. I'm not going to try to be British, I'm not. I leave that to Joe and the rest. So stop trying to fight against that because you're going to burn yourself. You're going to burn yourself out trying to do that. Try to embrace more who you truly are, who you believe, what you believe, and you will feel so much better. It's going to feel so liberating. Please trust me when I said that. And yeah, life is short. I know it's a saying, but life is short. I'm 36. I shouldn't have gotten this cancer. I don't have any genes that relate to it. I don't have any family history of it. It's probably down to fucking microplastics and stuff like that. And that's not funny. Who laughed? I know where you live. So do what lights you up. Try to chase that energy, that selfish energy that comes from doing something that you actually love. And so what if it's not scalable? It doesn't matter. I still do my own website. Yeah, could I hire someone who does it better? Yeah, but I like it. It's fun. It lights me up. So be selfish in that way. Nearly done. I know I'm late, but I don't care. So don't create content. Creating content creation is it removes all the emotion and the sentiment out of anything. Do cool stuff. Get cancer and talk about it on stage. Learn new stuff and then talk about it. Stop trying to overly rationalize and create this kind of brainstorming in your head about what you could talk about. Just enjoy, try to do things even at work, outside of work, and talk about it. Use that inside energy that drives you, and you will see how easier it gets to create content. Okay, last one. There's a lot of copywriters in the room. We like to think that communication is paramount to marketing, but sometimes you don't have to communicate and persuade anyone. All you need is to be at the right place. How many times have I bought chocolate bar at the Centra, the little convenience store next to me, not because they convinced me to buy it, just because they were there in the right place. And if it was another brand, I would have bought it as well. It didn't matter. I didn't care about benefits, features, or whatever. It was just there at the right time because I needed it. That's why they are called convenience stores. True story. So I'm going to finish with this for two reasons. First of all, if you have any of those symptoms, it's very unlikely to be what I had. But please be aware of it. Learn about it. It takes 5 minutes. Please be aware of it. A colonoscopy is not a big deal. You don't feel anything. The horrible part is before they make you drink this huge, a pint of the most horrible, sugary, disgusting liquid I've ever encountered in my life. So that's the only bad part. You don't have cancer. It's very unlikely. The second reason is because marketing saved my life pretty much. I took it seriously, not because it wasn't top of mind, but just someone in the back of my head. I remember reading Louis Grenier leaflet and thinking, okay, change in bowel movement, sharp pain in specific type, feeling I always needed to go. All of that was in the back of my mind, somewhere deep. It wasn't top of mind, but it was there, and that's what marketing is. We just increase the chances ever so slightly that someone will ever remember us or like us, whatever. So you can say that marketing saved my life in one way. And the last thing I would say, because Diana told me to, we are giving my book away for free. So please take one if you haven't. And if you want me to sign it, I'll love to, because that makes me feel good, because I'm irrational and my ego. So, as all to say, I'm so glad I was able to share that story with you today. I felt safe to do so. Thank you for listening, and fuck cancer.